There's a story that's coming out of Zimbabwe. Now, if anyone know about Zimbabwe, back in the early 2000s, Robert Mugabe had put in a program to take the land from the white farmers and give it to the black people, because the British had promised to compensate the people in Zimbabwe for their land. They never did that. The people was getting restless about it. Robert Mugabe took the land and he passed it to the black people. And ever since then, the United States and the EU, which is European Union, put sanctions on Zimbabwe. That's been going on like forever. Ever since the early 2000s, they have done this. It's been through many American presidents. Even Barack Hussein Obama, who was half Kenyan, didn't even release the sanctions off of Zimbabwe. OK, like I said, we talk about Barack Obama. His legacy would not be to help black people at all, whether in Africa or here. But the news have came out where the Trump administration has told Zimbabwe, listen, we will ease up the sanctions on you. We will do that. But you need to roll back that program that Robert Mugabe put in. And if you give the white farmers their land back, then we'll take the sanction off of you. Question. How does that make America great again? How? What does Zimbabwe have anything to do with make America great again? Or y'all new thing y'all saying, keep America great? How does that make America great again? That has nothing to do with the United States of America. So why is it that his administration is involving himself in Zimbabwe? See, I told you guys this, and some of y'all don't listen. I told you it's about global white supremacy, not just here, globally. America has nothing to do with Zimbabwe. That land situation had nothing to do with America. It has something to do with those that came there, they wasn't from there at all, that came there. And when they had Rhodesia at the time period, which is another white supremacist conclave, Rhodesia, and these people owned the land, and these people, you know, treated black people like crap. That's why Robert Mugabe and them fought, rebelled, and won against them. OK, they want to make sure they get some land back. Like, why is it that it's so hard for you guys to say, OK, that's those people land, let them have it. We're going to go with our brethren in Europe, and we're going to farm over there in Europe. We're going to raise our families. What is wrong with Europe? I don't see the issue with Europe. I know a few people who stay in Europe that's even black. They don't really have too many issues and problems over there. So what's wrong with going to Europe and doing that? Why are they still fighting for 4,300 people? It's only 4,300 people. You put sanctions on a country of millions of people for 4,300 people. That is global white supremacy. You understand? So when y'all talk about, well, I only care about what's happening to us here in America, it don't look like they act that way like y'all, do y'all? They don't say we only care about what happens to us here. Well, I ain't worrying with them. No, they all clicked in globally. This is why I told you, Global Black Unity 2020. We gotta push that, because they care about not only here, but they care about everything else. And they make sure to look out for their cousins, the European cousins. Yeah, we all clicked in global white supremacy. So yeah, we're going to put sanctions on a country that didn't do the United States anything, and still holding sanctions on them now and telling them basically, if you give those 4,300 people back the land, then we'll ease it up on you. None of that's right at all. But millions of people, they said their currency is in the tank. A lot of people are starving. They can't get certain resources. Petrol is through the roof because of these sanctions. They can't get loans because when they put sanctions on, it's economic sanctions, so they cut you off. Basically, if any country do business with Zimbabwe, then they'll put sanctions on them, where they can't get loans through the World Bank or the International Monetary Fund, IMF. They can't get any kind of loans for, for development. So any country that maybe want to do business with Zimbabwe, or any country that's sanctioned, they take a risk of being sanctioned too. They cut you off from all your economic possibly opportunities. Nothing's right about that, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing. Zimbabwe didn't do us anything. Zimbabwe didn't do anything outside of that. Just those 4,300 people were squatters, were people that was on their land, and they took their land back. Even in this country, they could take land from you. It's called eminent domain. It's in our Constitution. The government could take your land right now if they want to. Now, they have to give you market value, but they could take your land just as much as they took land and gave it who they wanted to give it to. So we have the same thing in our country, that we could take land. This is the thing. This is why I always say I'm concerned what's happening on the continent. I'm concerned what's happening to us globally. Because every time you look up, whether it's something going on with the Boers, the Afrikaners in South Africa, you got this situation in Zimbabwe. And once again, I will say to my Zimbabwe brothers and sisters, South African brothers and sisters, or whatever, y'all have to stop looking at each other. I'm not them, they're not me. As Julius Malema said, Zimbabweans are South Africans and South Africans are Zimbabweans. Zimbabweans are Nigerians, Nigerians are Zimbabwe. Everybody is the same. Because do you notice something? Everyone's different. We talking about global white supremacy. You got America, you got the UK, you got all these different countries. But when it comes to getting at us, they don't divide, they unify to get at black folk. That's why we say, put aside your tribe. Listen, your tribe is what it is your identity. But at the end of the day, we have to come together like this. We have to come together, man. Speak up and work as one unit for the betterment of Africa, for the betterment of the Caribbean. We could have the betterment of Black America, or wherever we at. We can do better, but we got to come together. I'm not for all this dividing because I don't like you because of this, and you're not my tribe, and you not me, and all that. Just like even here in this country, you have some African immigrants get into their little cliques, and they want to divide too. Because I'm calling all y'all out with that. You got Somalis doing that. You come over here and you go into Minnesota and you stay in your little communities. You don't fool with Black Americans. Not all of you. Not all. You got Nigerians doing that. You have some, not all. Ethiopians doing that. I've been to Ethiopia. Love the Ethiopian people. They treated me so great when I went there. But you got these groups coming in and you're dividing yourself. No more division. Either we all on the same team or if something happened, don't call me. That's how I look at it. I'm not for this division. And I'm going to call out anybody that wants to divide away from us. Yes, because you are a problem. Because if you're not, they say, if you're not with us, you're against us. That's the disposition we have to take. What's happening in Zimbabwe is wrong. It's wrong. Ain't nothing right about that. And why isn't the United Nations saying anything? What's going on at the G20 summit? You know, there are all these different summits you're having, but nobody's speaking up about that, about how wrong this is. No, we should focus on the issues and problems we have here in America. That's what we should focus on. And there are plenty. If anything, let's pay them reparations. That's what we could talk about. But that's a debt that's owed to Black Americans. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story. But we're going to keep an eye out on this story. And once again, people in Zimbabwe, speak up, put videos out, show your condition. I've heard stories about Mnangagwa and how he's been kind of, heavy-handed as well. But that needs to be talked about. We cannot allow, whether it's leaders or people from the outside, to oppress and destroy African nations. No, we must let the world know what's going on.